Are you planning to retire to the greater Tampa Bay area? Are you considering a 55 plus community? Then you don't want to miss this video. Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in to my channel, Living in Tampa, where it's my goal to show you everything you need to know about eating, sleeping, playing, and living in the greater Tampa Bay area. If it's your first time to my channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, ring that little bell so you'll be notified every time that I release a new video. Today's video is going to be all about living in a 55 plus community. Any questions that you might have about that, the pros and cons about it, as well as a deep dive into a couple of the communities in the greater Tampa Bay area that I like best. So let's get to it. First of all, Florida is definitely an attractive state for many people to retire to for several reasons. So the four top reasons that I can think of that people would want to retire to the Florida area include, of course, our weather. That one is the most touted. Everybody seems to love that Florida sunshine, and I do too. So we do have some really hot summers. The humidity can get the best of you, but it is definitely well worth it in the rest of the year because you get to enjoy so much more time outside throughout the year than you do in a lot of other states. Right now is a prime example. Today is February 17th and it is about 70 degrees outside. Now granted, the sun is not out today, but the rest of the country is covered in snow. Houston is having rolling blackouts because of the snowfall that they've had. And I don't think Tampa has seen snow in over 20 something years, maybe even longer. So you're definitely going to have plenty of sunshine and warm weather when you decide to retire to Florida. Another reason that people love to retire here is our cost of living. It is quite affordable to live in the greater Tampa Bay area. This includes Pinellas County, Hillsborough County, and Pasco County. And you are going to be able to find homes in the low 200s all the way up into the millions. So it can be quite affordable. The taxes are low. That is another reason that people love to move here. We have no state income tax in the state of Florida, so that makes it very attractive. I recently sold a home to a gentleman from Chicago. He told me just moving here, just that one simple thing of the no state income tax has saved him over $13,000 a year. So of course that varies from state to state depending on where you are moving from, but either way, if you have a large income or a smaller income, you are going to save money moving to Florida because we have no state income tax. And of course, this brings me to the last and best, in my opinion, reason that a lot of people choose to retire to the greater Tampa Bay area. That is our beaches and our attractions. Now, our beaches are top-notch. Clearwater Beach has been voted #1 beach in the USA year after year after year. It's absolutely beautiful. I've never seen beaches anywhere like it in the world. The sands are like sugar. It's just completely beautiful. They keep the beaches clean and there's plenty of space where you can enjoy them, and there's lots to do. Tampa has been in the news a lot lately because of the Super Bowl, which is another reason that people like to move here, is because of all the sports that we have to offer. We have got you covered from soccer to baseball to hockey to football. Pretty much any sport that you can think of, Tampa Bay has it, and if you enjoy watching it, you are going to love living here. We've also got Orlando, just a short drive away, for all of the theme parks. We even have our own theme park here in Tampa, Busch Gardens, which is quite popular. It's got several roller coasters and lots of fun things to do there as well. We also have a water park. So Islands of Adventure Island is so much fun to go to in the summer, and they have all the slides that you can slide down. So whenever you have people coming to visit you, when you live in Florida, you can bet you're going to have people coming to visit you. There is plenty for you to take them to do and plenty for you to enjoy while you're living here. So that's a lot of the reasons that people choose to retire to Florida. And because so many people choose to retire in Florida, there are a number of 55 plus communities to choose from. There are a lot of great reasons that you would want to buy in an age-restricted community, and I'm going to cover the pros and the cons of this. So the #1 pro, in my opinion, is that the maintenance is included. What do I mean by maintenance? I mean your lawn. So you're not going to be spending your weekends out there mowing the grass or trimming the bushes. You can have all your free time back because all of that is included when you live in a 55 plus community for the most part. There are a few exceptions to that, but I would say probably 95% of the 55 plus communities do include that. Another pro to living in a 55 plus community is the lifestyle. So most of these communities have what's called a lifestyle director. There's lots of events there, makes it super easy for you to meet friends. There's always something to keep you busy. They've got monthly gatherings. You can have a very full social calendar and stay very, very active. Which brings me to my next point, is keeping you active. When you live in a 55 plus community, they usually have very nice clubhouses, very nice pool areas. Some of them have golf courses. They definitely have pickleball and shuffleboard, bocce ball, tennis courts, pretty much everything you can think of that's active is there. So definitely you want to take advantage of that. I think that's a great way to stay young, is by participating in all these active activities that they have for you and keeping active and staying fit. And that's an easy way to do it when you live in a 55 plus community. And the last and final pro that I wanted to cover today would be, excuse me, the peace and quiet. So when you live in a 55 plus community, obviously there aren't any kids around for the most part. Now you can still have your grandchildren come and visit. They can even spend the night, and some of them have different restrictions on how long younger guests can stay with you. But for the most part, it's all going to be older people that are generally more quiet, so you are going to enjoy your peace and quiet. You're not going to have to worry about blaring radios or, cars driving by that are racing or revving their engines, like my neighbor likes to do. Drives me crazy. So one of the major pros to living in a 55 plus community is you are going to get your peace and quiet. I should also mention some of the drawbacks to living in an age-restricted community. There are a few of those to consider as well, and it's definitely not for everyone. Most of these communities, I would say probably all of them actually, have a homeowners association. So some people like them, some people do not. I think they have pros and cons myself. The main pro being that it does help to keep your neighborhood looking great, and it preserves the value of your home. But sometimes they can be a bit strict and a bit overboard with some of the rules and regulations that they impose on you. And of course, you are going to have your homeowners fees. Another con to living in a 55 plus community would be that lack of age diversity. So like I said previously, because everyone is older, you are going to get your peace and quiet, but there are some people that think that over time that can grow to be a bit monotonous and a little bit boring, so you do have to take that into consideration. Another drawback could be when you go to resale your home. So obviously, selling anything comes down to exposure. And when you're in a 55 plus community, you're kind of limiting the market segment that your home can be sold to. So there's less people that are going to be looking at your home compared to if it were not in a 55 plus community. Now in Florida, that's not always a drawback because we do, again, have so many people that move here to retire. So typically you aren't going to have much of a problem, but sometimes it can take a little bit longer to sell a home that's in a 55 plus community versus one that's not. And the last drawback that I can think of and that I wanted to share with you would be if you are a snowbird and you're only using your home for part of the year, you will be restricted on who can come and stay in that home when you're not using it. So a lot of snowbirds that I know like to, come for those winter months when it's really cold where they live so that they can enjoy a little bit warmer weather and not have to put up with that harsh winter. And then in the other months of the year, like the spring and summer, when the younger people want to come, their kids maybe bring their kids. They cannot stay in their home if it's in a 55 plus community because they cannot be there alone without you there in a lot of those communities. So that is something to take into consideration, is that you might not be able to have your children enjoy your home if you are a snowbird. So I don't want to make this video too long, so I decided I am going to break it up into two segments. I'm going to highlight a couple of communities that are in Hillsborough County, and then I'm also going to highlight a couple of communities communities in a later video that are up in Pasco County. The community that I want to start with, I'm going to focus on an existing community that has homes that were built back in the 2000s, early 2000s, and then I'm also going to cover a brand new community where a lot of building is still taking place. The first one that I'm going to cover is South Shore Falls. The reason I picked this community is, one, because I love it. I think it's just a beautiful community, a great location. But two, I just recently sold a home in there to a nice lady that found me on YouTube, and I just followed back up with her to see how it's going, and she is absolutely loving living there. So I thought that that would be a good community to share with you guys. So South Shore Falls is located in Apollo Beach. It's just south of Tampa off of US Highway 41, just west of I-75. This community's location is really ideal because you're close enough to Tampa if you want to go downtown for all the amazing activities that Tampa has to offer. You can go to the Broadway shows at the Straws, you can go to concerts at the Amalie Arena, you can go to the football games, the hockey games, the Florida Aquarium, Channelside. I mean, the possibilities are limitless because you are not far from Tampa at all. But what's really nice also about South Shore Falls is that it's not that far to get over down to Bradenton and to Sarasota. You're about 30 minutes from Bradenton and maybe an hour from Sarasota, depending on the time of day you go on the traffic. And both of those places have so much to offer as well. I mean, beautiful beaches. If you like to shop, they definitely have plenty of shopping there. It's super convenient because it's such a short drive. In Bradenton, you've got an outlet mall. Sarasota, you've got a huge University Town Center that has over 100 stores in it. You will never run out of places to shop if that's what you like to do. And there are also top-notch medical facilities very nearby. South Shore Falls is an 866 home gated community with a 24-hour manned security guard that offers both single-family homes and villas. It's really affordable prices. As of this date, the little villas, they're so adorable. They range in size from 1,300 to 1,600 square feet. Most of them are a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a 2-car garage. They have a screened lanai. There are maybe a few that have 3 bedrooms, but they range in price from the mid-200s to the mid-300s. And then there are also single-family homes that are going to be a little bit bigger. They range in size from 1,700 square feet to 2,300 square feet. They have obviously lots of different levels of homes in there as far as upgrades and things like that are concerned. But for the most part, you are going to be looking at the mid-200s to mid-300s for any of the homes that are in there. Now, Centex first started building this community in 2004, but it was purchased by Del Webb in 2009, and Del Webb finished out the community. Del Webb also invested over $1.5 million in remodeling the clubhouse, so the amenities there are first rate. It is absolutely gorgeous. The clubhouse is huge, and it has a wonderful selection of things to do. At the heart of the community is a state-of-the-art 14,000 square foot amenity center. It features a beautiful lagoon-style pool. It's got a resistance pool in there for exercising. There's a place where you can do laps. Inside of the clubhouse, you're going to enjoy the fitness center with plenty of equipment for a great workout. The internet cafe where you can sit and chat while you're browsing online or checking your email. There's a ballroom where a lot of the events are held, and a card room too, where you can meet up with the various groups that are held there throughout the week. There's a billiards table too. Outside, you'll also find tennis courts, shuffleboard, bocce ball, so you're definitely not going to run out of things to do. From bridge and line dancing to poker and scrapbooking, there are clubs and interest groups for any of your preferences. You're going to have something to do no matter what you like to do, and if they don't offer it, they encourage you to start your own group, and they'll even help you to do that. The activities director is continually planning lots of exciting events and classes. They've got yoga and neighborhood barbecues. They've got a group that gets together and takes bus rides to go to different shopping outlets and different cultural events so that you can do that as a group and really enjoy it. There's so much to do that I can't even cover it all, but definitely if you are considering a 55 plus community, I would say that South Shore Falls should be on your short list. So now let's talk about the brand new construction community that I mentioned, Valencia Del Sol. Now this community is fantastic. I mean, there's something about owning a brand new home, you know, being that first person to use that stove, use that refrigerator, use that bathtub. I love the smell of a new home, and I think it's super exciting. The other positive, of course, is that you're not going to have to worry about any maintenance or upkeep for the foreseeable future. So those are some of the very nice things about buying a brand new home. And hey, at the affordable prices that GL Homes is offering in Valencia Del Sol, it's definitely worth considering. They are starting in the 280s there. I mean, that's crazy for a brand new house with all the upgrades that they have. Just wait till you see. So the homes available here range from the 280s to the 500s. They come as small as about 1,400 square feet, and they go up really large actually to over 3,000 square feet. So if you are over 55 and you're not one of those people who's wanting to downsize, GL Homes has you covered, because apparently there are a lot of people that are older that are not wanting to downsize. I think a lot of people are moving here from other states that are used to having basements and just larger homes. And in Florida, you know, we don't have basements because we can't, because we're at sea level and we hit water so quick. So basements are pretty much an impossibility. So I think that might be the reasoning behind having some of these larger homes, or maybe, you know, you've got some other people living with you. But either way, if you like a larger home, you can definitely find that in this community. Again, the prices are going to range anywhere from the 280s to the 500s. Most of them are 2-bedroom, 2-bath. There are some that are 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Obviously, the larger ones are also going to have an office or a flex space, things like that. They have a wide open floor plans, beautiful tile roofs, just a beautiful home that GL Homes builds. Valencia Del Sol is located in Waimama. That is just off of US Highway 301, and it is southeast of Tampa. It's pretty much directly south of Brandon if you're looking at the map. It's a very desirable location because it's so close to the big city, but it's kind of away from everything, so it's not loud and noisy. It's easy to get around. You can get to Tampa in a very short time, and you've got plenty of banks and shopping and, you know, grocery stores, salons, medical facilities, and all that very close by. You can also get to the Tampa International Airport and all of the attractions that Tampa has to offer in a very short time. So Valencia Del Sol features a huge 9-acre lifestyle complex. They're still building it actually, and I am going to take you on a little tour of where they are at in that process. It's almost finished. It's absolutely breathtaking. They've got a 25,000 square foot luxury clubhouse that is so modern inside. It's really cool. Their world-class amenities are going to let you do anything and everything that you might can think of, just as the other community South Shore Falls did. They have everything from outdoor sports courts like tennis, bocce ball, shuffleboard, all of those for sure. And then there's of course the multiple pools that they have. There's a beach entry, so it makes it easy for you to get in and out of the pool. They've got a place where you can do laps. They have all these covered shade areas where you can sit outside and really just enjoy the Florida weather. And then they also have a dog park. So it's a great place for you to bring a dog, and that's a very nice and easy way to make some new friends, is to go to the dog park. And this one is really going to be fun because they're putting all these obstacles in there that you can maybe train your dog to do those. And a really fun thing that they have is this huge event lawn where they're planning to every weekend have farmers markets. They're going to have concerts there, lots of opportunities to interact with your neighbors. But if you prefer to stay indoors, they also have plenty in that huge clubhouse that I mentioned. So they've got you covered there with an amazing fitness center. They've even got a group fitness room. So they're going to have yoga and all these other fitness classes there. They have a sports lounge where you can gather and watch sports on TV, or you can play pool, or just sit and chat, of course. There's a very elegant, huge social hall where they're going to have different events inside. And there's also a little cafe where you can grab a bite to eat and just hang out with your friends. So anything and everything that you can think of, Valencia Del Sol's got it, and I think it's a beautiful community. I really think that both of these communities have so much to offer. If you're considering a 55 plus community, then both of these should be on your short list. So I hope that this video has answered your questions that you might have about a 55 plus community, as well as gave you a little close-up glimpse into a couple of the two that I like best in the Hillsborough County area. I am going to do a follow-up video on this, and that's going to feature a couple more up in Pasco County. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you have any questions about these communities, about 55 plus communities in general, or even just about the Tampa Bay area, you can give me a call, send me a text, shoot me an email. However you want to communicate with me is fine. When it comes to moving to Tampa, I've got your back. So don't hesitate to reach out to me. I get tons of people reaching out to me every day, and I really love it. It's my passion to help people that are moving here, and I would be honored to help you if you are moving to the Tampa Bay area. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.